All right, good afternoon. Thank you so much, Dick, and thank you all. As as these gatherings continue, first I just want to say, thank you, Dick and Dina and Joe for the New Hampshire Alliance. I mean, this is really an anointed, administrative is too small of a word. It's just an anointed administrative organizational thing that's happening that is advancing the kingdom of New Hampshire. It's just a joy. And as I'm coming up on my 1 year mark with Cornerstone now, and as I start to see some of your faces and really just get to know you one-on-one, my heart is just getting more and more full with joy, just the joy of just being connected to you saints, and it's just a pleasure. So, as Dick mentioned, my name is Neil Hubacher, and I'm the Director of Strategic Alliances for Cornerstone. Now, Cornerstone is one of 40 family policy councils in as many states. And our vision here in New Hampshire is for a God-honoring New Hampshire, where religious freedom flourishes, life is cherished, and families thrive. As the Director of Strategic Alliances, my passion is to inspire the church to engage with government for the sake of God's kingdom. Now, of course, the question is, how do we advance God's kingdom in the government sphere without getting sucked into the political spirit? That is my question, and I live in that question every moment. And so really my invitation to you and to every church is just come into that question with me. What is not an option for us is to not engage with that question. Because when we don't engage with that question, and then we see what's going on in our culture, and we wonder, why the heck is it this way? Well, it just really falls back on us. Jesus' words and his encouragement for us to be salt and light, to preserve, by who we are, we preserve culture, because we're walking with Jesus, salt and light. We have revelation, and we need to bring that revelation in a winsome way to our elected officials. So I live in that sphere. Don't shy away from being in that sphere. I make mistakes, we make mistakes, but our promise is that we just want to keep learning there. We want to keep moving towards God and towards the elected officials in love, and we'll see what God does. Because, we just bring the firewood, and God brings the fire, and that's what's the fun part. That's why I'm having such a good time doing this. I'll just say, there's tons that we do, and so I have some sheets that I'll pass out as far as how you can interact with us or how we can best serve you or your church. But probably the entry level or kind of the main initiative that really gets me excited, given what I've just said, is called Beseech and Befriend. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for 200 churches, and I was actually just with Craig Morton yesterday, actually at Salt Hill Pub, don't tell anyone we are at the pub, yesterday there in Hanover. But I want 200 churches that will each adopt 2 nearby legislators to pray for and reach out relationally to. Can you imagine what would happen if your church, for example, when your legislators who are only paid $100 a year, and when they have to be in Concord 3 to 5 days a week during the season from January to June, imagine if your church, someone in your church, was shoveling their driveway early in the mornings when they had to get to Concord. That would be a game changer, wouldn't it? If we reached out to them just in some simple servant evangelism ways. And then imagine if the leaders of God's people start to engage with the leaders of government by saying, can I have coffee with you? Can I take you to lunch? Can I serve you in this way? I think the reason why this is so possible in New Hampshire is because our legislators are so local. We have 400 legislators, 424, including the senators, for only 1.2 million people. In contrast, this weekend I was just in North Carolina. They only have 120 reps, 50 senators for 10.3 million people. What I'm saying is our legislators are so local, they are so accessible, it's really inexcusable that the church is not connecting with them, touching them, loving them, okay? So that's beseech and befriend, praying for them. What I'd love to see is if on every Sunday or once a month on Sundays, your local legislators are being prayed for. Imagine if in your bulletin or there on the overhead, the names of representatives were being put up there, and we're just praying for them, okay? Praying for their families, whatever. And then imagine if you're not only praying for them, but then you're regularly just reaching out like in ways I've described. Just the simple stuff that we know how to do as a church. Amen? Amen. So that's entry level. If you want grad school, I'll send the sheets around so you can learn more about that. But I'm at your service. I'm here to serve your church. God bless you.
Yeah.